Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would walk you through my migraine routine or sort of how I help myself on migraine days. I wouldn't classify myself as a chronic migraine sufferer, however I do get anywhere from 1 migraine a month to 5 depending on what's going on in my life. The more stressed I am or the poorer I sleep will affect whether or not I get migraines. And so I have to take care of myself in that way. I make sure I get enough sleep, make sure I'm drinking enough water. Although sometimes if I overhydrate to compensate, it does trigger a migraine the next day anyway, which is really interesting. So I thought I would walk you through everything I do on a day that I have a migraine. Just as like a little side note, I'm not going to add B-roll in this of me doing these things. I know that's sort of like the typical form for these sort of like routine videos, but it's not my style at all. I would prefer just to talk to you guys and discuss it and tell you what I do. You don't need to see me like fake getting out of bed, fake washing my face, fake rubbing essential oils on my head, because that would be real and I'm wearing makeup and I put a lot of work in to look like this today. Let me just go through the list, shall we? So for me, my migraine usually doesn't come up as typical migraines do. So a lot of people, they'll get like an aura or tunnel vision as a warning that they're about to get a migraine. Usually I wake up with them, so I've missed all of that, and I don't generally get it even if a migraine comes up in the middle of the day. Sometimes I can feel the night before that I'm going to get one, and I will just take my medication before I go to bed, and it prevents me from suffering the next day, which is great if I have that warning the night before. However, most times I just wake up with it, and it really sets your day off in a pretty terrible mood if you had plans for the day and you wake up with a migraine and you know that you can't really do any of those things. So the very first thing I do when I get out of bed is, when I'm in the bathroom doing my morning business, is I will take my prescription. I have no idea what these are called. Oh wait, they're Novo Sumatriptan? DF? I don't know. They're 50 milligrams each, and these cost about $15 per pill. So if you don't have prescription coverage, i.e. me, self-employed, you use them sparingly. However, I take these, and you can only take one, and then you have to wait 2 hours. If it doesn't do anything, you can take another, but you're only allowed 2 in a 24-hour period, which is bad when you have a migraine every day for a week. So then I take Advil. So I was told to do it together like this by my doctor, mostly because this will take away the immediate pain and this gets rid of the migraine, and it takes longer to work. So in combination, they work faster. And then recently I've started using essential oils. So this is just a roll-on thing that I got from a local company here. And it has, let's see, a blend of peppermint essential oil, which creates a cooling sensation, and oh boy, does it ever cool. You have to be really careful not to get this too close to your eyes, otherwise they'll just start streaming, and you'll have to wash it off. It then has vetiver, I don't know how to say that, which is deeply calming, eucalyptus, rosemary, and cajeput, I don't know, to soothe painful muscles, and with lavender for much needed relaxation. So this whole combination works really well. I will put some on my temples, make sure it's back here, not up here by your eyes, and then I will run a stripe down the middle of my forehead. I will then lift up my hair, so I'll put on both temples, the middle. I'll then lift up my hair and do a line all along the back of my neck, or like under the like edge here. Most times when I get a migraine, it's always on this side, always on the right side of my brain, or head, whatever you want to call it. And the like neck pain that comes along with it is always right here. So I will roll it on under that little ledge of your skull, and I will put a line down the back of my neck. Once I've done that, I wait about 15 minutes, and generally the cooling starts to come into effect. Usually I'm very, very, very light sensitive and very, very, very noise sensitive. So I send a mass text to everybody in my house that basically says, hey, I have a migraine. Sometimes I don't do this, it depends on how bad it is. So once that is done, sometimes I will crawl back into bed and go to sleep for a while. I oftentimes will have to just like sleep on it after I've taken all that medication, and because it helps, I kind of wait out the pain until it's gone down a little bit, and then once I've, you know, maybe slept for a little bit and been in a dark space for a while, I feel like some sort of root vegetable. And so I will go upstairs and make either a pack of Uncle Ben's, like those 2-minute rice packs, just the plain long grain rice. Mostly I stick to quick foods that are high in starch. So I will either make that and put like a little bit of butter and salt and pepper in it for flavor, or I will make a pack of instant mashed potatoes, which I know is not even remotely healthy or whatever, but usually by the time I finish eating the mashed potatoes or the rice, I can already feel a lot of the nausea going away. But if I eat anything with meat, so like not even chicken, okay, so no processed meats, means no pepperoni, so all cheese is out as well. I don't eat any cheese on a migraine day, even hours after it's gone. I don't eat it because it will cycle me back into another one, which I do not want. I will also not eat anything with a lot of like sugar in it. So obviously my beloved Starbucks Frappuccinos are out. No pop, no fizzy drinks, no juice, no chocolate, no candy. None of that is like something I should be consuming on a migraine day. I can generally consume all of those things any other day and they won't trigger a migraine, besides the processed meat. That is pretty much out. No lunch meat, no pepperoni for any time. Like I can't even eat like more than 3 hot dogs without it like making my brain hurt. So anyway, once I've eaten, I will usually then go crawl back into bed, because once my migraine pill starts to work, it makes my whole body feel really heavy. So like all of my joints sort of have like a dull like growing pain type ache in them, and my brain feels like it's floating on a cloud. If my head is still quite bad, I will go and get a like face cloth, and I will wet it down with like icy cold water, and I will put it either on the back of my neck or on my forehead, depending on sort of like where the pain is, and I will crawl back into bed and I will sleep for more hours. I don't really look at my phone, don't turn on any lights in the house. I don't pull up my computer, I don't do any work. When I have a migraine, I am out, because if I do any of those things while I'm still in pain, it just prolongs the getting rid of it. So I figure if I just put it all off until the evening, when I'm feeling better, I can do more work. And that's generally what I do. I don't even listen to podcasts or music or anything like that, which is something I do all the time. So yeah, basically like all things stop. Also, on migraine days, again, this is like a TMI gross thing. On migraine days, because I think it's my medication, I seriously think it is, and because I try to drink so much water, I pee so much more when I have a migraine. I don't know what it is. what causes it. I also don't brush my teeth on migraine days, which again is a too much information type of deal, but I don't have a manual toothbrush. So a automatic, or like, what the hell, a vibrating toothbrush, you know, like the automatic ones, I can't put that in my mouth without inducing vomiting, because the vibrating then vibrates my brain and like makes me so much more nauseous, and the noise, it's like a whole thing. And so like on a migraine day, I cannot brush my teeth. So I know it's gross, but that's what it is. Also, I get like on a migraine day, I get a lot of pressure in my head, and it feels like my teeth are being pushed out of my face. Like they just, like, you know when you have a sinus cold? Kind of like that, but like for a whole day, and nothing gets rid of that feeling, which is awesome. And it's even worse if I attempt to brush my teeth at the same time. So, oh yeah, no crunchy foods, like straight up only soft mushy foods, because the sound of the crunching while I have a migraine makes me nauseous. I already have whatever it is where you want to be violent when other people crunch their food and like you hear them chewing around you. I already have that, and then on top of having to listen to myself eat crunchy food just like notches up my nausea and my headache and my migraine and all that 1,000 times more. So yes. And then finally, like if I need some relief and like just temporary relief, I have taught myself some like pressure point massage and like reflexology massage specifically for migraine. So like I'll link some tutorials in the description. Basically, there is a spot on the back of your head that you can rub, that if you like hold it and rub, it will release some of the pain. And then there is spots like right here on your face that if you like hold them, they can help with the pain as well. And it, like, you have to hold them and press really hard though, so like there's different pain associated with it, but it helps with the nausea and the I don't know how to describe a migraine. It feels like a sinus cold that I can still breathe from. It feels like so much pressure, like my brain is swollen up and it's trying to push out through my eye socket, and yeah, it is not fun. But that's what I do when I have a migraine. It's a real blast, and I don't wish getting migraines on anybody. However, these are things that I have found that work for me. I don't really have any like products to share besides the essential oils, but I'm not even sure you guys can get it online because I bought it locally from a store. But I will see what I can find in terms of different products. Yes, that's all I've got for you in terms of my migraine routine. Let me know what you guys do for your migraines. I try really hard to stick to this routine, because if I don't and I ignore the fact that I have a routine, I end up vomiting in random places like my kitchen sink, which has happened before. I once wasn't able to like go back to sleep and like take all my medication and stuff, and we were getting a sound system installed in our house, and I had to sit through like 2 dudes stomping around our house and installing things while sitting in the living room with all the bright lights on and in the middle of the day, and I ended up actually vomiting, which I don't particularly like doing, and considering there was nothing in my stomach besides mashed potatoes, wasn't exactly a pleasant experience. Anyway, now that we've talked all about my vomiting, I guess I will let you guys go. Share your things that help you get through a migraine in the comments. I'd love to hear them. Maybe I could add new things to mine. And I will see you guys soon. Bye!